So I'm very pleased to be here on My Magical Thing with the fabulous Bel Senlle, tarot reader and creator of the Clarity Tarot deck, flower herbalist, artist, and esoteric teacher. Bel, it's lovely to have you here.
Oh, I'm very excited to be here. Thank you, Julian. It's my pleasure.
Well, Bel, please may we see your magical thing?
Yes, it's very random. Ta-da!
Whoa. Okay,
So
hold on, let's have a look.
this is my
Okay.
magical thing. It's a set, let's say. So it comes with these two things, the big flask and this tiny weird thingy that in this one, it's a pumpkin, actually. It's a small pumpkin covered in this kind of thing. That it's like, I believe it's leather, but I'm not quite sure it is. And it comes with this straw, and we add these herbs in here. So this is my magical thing because this is called mate. It's a Latin American drink that we drink. It's similar to tea, I would say, but it's made in a different way. As like in here, we have usually hot water, only water, unless it's very hot, and some people prefer to add like a juice or to add cold water with ice cubes in here. But I don't know. I always drink it cold, so hot. Sorry. So yes, and what we do is we pour water in here, as like this, and we drink it directly from the straw, and we share it with absolutely anyone. As like you share it with someone you don't know on the street, you share it with your family, you share it if you're going to a social meeting, you also share it. Like if you are teaching, for example, like that's something I really miss. Usually there will be like one or two people who have it, and it's something that people pass it on to others. And I was like, why is it like, is this my magical thing that I think this is? And it's very random because it's not even proper magical, I think, as other objects. But I think there are a couple of reasons, but one was, I don't know who I heard saying something like this, but someone in the magical thing said something as like, if my house is burning, what's the thing I will grab with me? So that really helped me as like, what's the thing? And I was like, okay, I mean, my house didn't burn, luckily for me, but I did move continents. So I kind of like had to put all my life in one suitcase to make it cheaper. And most of that suitcase had tarot decks to sell here, like my Clarity. So half of the suitcase was already like packed with something else that is and of course a couple of clothes. But I did bring this one with me. And it is something I just realized I bring everywhere. Like if I go to camping somewhere, I bring it with me. If I'm going on holidays, I bring it with me. If I am going to work, I bring it with me. Like I bring it to many places. I also bring it to the pub. I know it's embarrassing, but I bring it to the pub. Sometimes my friends drink quite early for me, and I prefer to have something hot or something else. So I thought this is quite something that very in an unconscious way I have always carried. Like I bring it with me, and people know that as well, that I'm usually Argentinian because of this. Like people come and ask me, and of course they come in a very interesting way. I was like, can I have one? Of course, mate, you can grab one. And something that for me it's quite magical, or that makes this also quite special, outside of just me always drinking it because I like it, I think is the thing of what happens when I share it with other people. Like I have seen my friends, I don't know, crying, laughing, having all sorts of different conversations when we were having this. Like usually we kind of joke around that it's like, it doesn't matter if you're happy, it doesn't matter if you're like, all your family or friends member are going to always put the kettle on and prepare this and share it with you. So I think there is something very, yes, very special on that. I have also met many friends through this, through like going into a completely new environment as like a class or university or a social meeting of any kind. And just because of this, and someone being like, hey, how are you? Do you mind if I get one? Yes, sure. How are you doing? So this act of like sharing one or two, or yeah, there is something in there that it's almost like an invitation to connect with the other person. And I also like the thing that there is no judgment. Like, again, I don't care if I know I don't even think that I will be sharing, don't know, my straw with someone, like never, like that. It doesn't cross my mind. It's something that it's just, yeah, sure, why not? I think, yes, again, there is something very communal, very intimate that happens with this. And yes, of course, for me, it's very special because it reminds me of my birthplace, of my friends, my family. So I think, you know, every time I'm even making a video call, like on Zoom or something with them, it's usually for sharing one in distance. So, yes. And in my case, I make it very customized, my flask, with many different stickers from friends and projects or things like this. So some are from, I don't know, Catalonia, others are from Mexico, others are like, I have them from different parts. This is from UK, like another friend. So it's all like, yes, again, as if my water is being charged by the influence of the artwork of my friends. That's how I like to think it.
Oh, that is fantastic. Thank you for sharing the mate tea, and thank you for sharing that story of your amazing magical thing. And I entirely understand about the importance of having these things. You're not the only practitioner, I think, that's brought a teapot or a container or something that's about sharing with our community, because clearly that's where the magic is. So thank you so much for sharing that with us, Bel. That's really appreciated.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.